Okay, let's look at some tables and graphs. Okay, now remember, to be a function, for each x, there's only one y. Okay, for each x, there's only one y. So if we're looking at a table, it's pretty much like looking at a set of points or a set of ordered pairs. Okay, this first example, the x value of -3 is paired with one y. The x value of 0 is paired with one y value. The x value of 3 is paired with only one y value. The x value of 9 is paired with only one y value. Okay, so that's good. Okay, that's a function. Let's look at the next one. -2 is paired with 5. Uh-oh. Do you see that -2 is also paired with 8? Okay, the x value of -2 is paired with more than one number. That's bad. Okay, that's why this is not a function. And it's kind of like that idea, you can't have a repeated x value. You can't have a repeated x value or it's not a function. Okay, let's look at some graphs. I'm going to give you some better shortcuts for graphs later. If you kind of just think about the points on this graph, okay, for every x coordinate, there's going to be one y coordinate. Okay, it may be easier for you to see the non-functions to understand this better. Okay, for this particular line, every time you have an x coordinate on any of these points, you're going to have one y coordinate. Okay, let's look at the non-functions. Let's see. Let's look at, drag these points down. Look at this right here. For an x value of -2, so you could think of this right here as point -2, 3. Right? I mean, that may not be perfect, but that's supposed to be point -2 going with, whoops, I have that in the wrong spot. That's -2, 3. Okay, this right here is point -2, 3. But this other point right below it is point -2, -3. Okay, look what's happening here. This x value of -2 is going with two different y values. Okay, that's a no-no. Okay, that's not a function. Same thing, similar thing is going on over here. Look at, and there's a whole bunch of different points that we could use to say it's not a function. I'm just choosing one that's kind of easy to see. Okay, this is supposed to be right here. That's supposed to be 0.42. These points are bigger than the graph. And this point right here is supposed to be 0.4, -2. Okay, so we're going to have the x value of 4 paired with 2, and the x value of 4 also paired with -2. Okay, that makes that not a function. Okay, so for each x, there has to be one y. Okay, I'm going to give you a really cool shortcut for these graphs, and we'll kind of do that as a separate lesson. Okay, but for each x, there has to be one y to be a function.